guys, it's Rachel from freescrapbookingideasandvideos.com, and I'm here to show you another way that I overcome scrapper's block. So what does this have to do with it? It was just something that I thought about as I was working on this layout. This is one of my childhood memorabilia things that I'm working on. I have a goal of doing 10 layouts of those things. So as I was standing here trying to work on this the other day, I usually have my ironing board like this if I'm just doing my own scrapbooking, kind of in this U shape here. I can get to all my stuff, and I like to use the ironing board. It's a good height. As I was doing that, I was sitting here, and most of my papers are over here, and I usually start with my papers and try to figure out what I'm going to do. And I was sitting here, and it just came to me, I mean, I've thought about it before, but it just came to me that I should share. I don't know if this happens to you, but I'll find myself very often just kind of getting overwhelmed and thinking about all the possibilities of all the things I could do with this, thinking, well, I probably should find a photo, and then my brain starts to spin because there's a lot of logistics in that, like, you know, especially older photos. So I scan it, oh, how do I fix that? And I get perfectionistic, and then my brain just shuts down. So I don't know if any of you guys deal with that, but I was just thinking I should share what I do when that happens to me. So I don't know, the thing that I do, so this is my tip, part 2 of how to overcome scrapper's block, is I talk to myself. So here I am, I'm just doing my own scrapbooking, and I look down and I start to realize what's happening in my brain, which is thinking of all the possibilities and getting overwhelmed and just shutting down and thinking, I'm just not going to do this, getting perfectionistic. So when I figure out that I'm doing that in my brain and I start to get anxious, then I talk to myself and I say, okay, Rachel, you're just doing one layout. It's not a big deal. It's going to be better than not doing any layout. You're going to enjoy the memories later. You're not going to worry about whether it has the perfect photo to go with it or tells the perfect tight little story. Get some memories written down. Preserve your memorabilia. Make it look the best you can, and don't worry about it. And I actually talk to myself like that because, like I said, I can get anxious about it and get perfectionistic and not do anything. And just as the years go by and as I continue to scrapbook, I continue to realize when I go back and look at these layouts that I've done, I don't look at them, sometimes I do in my perfectionism and wish I had done something different, but usually I look at them and think, wow, those are neat pictures. I read the journaling, it brings back good memories. Sometimes life doesn't have good memories, but it brings back memories, and I just am glad I did those layouts. I don't obsess usually over, you know, whether I had the perfect photo or whether it was the perfect tight themed layout or anything like that. So anyways, just some tips. Maybe that happens to you. Maybe you start to scrapbook, maybe you sit down and you think, okay, I'm going to do this. And then your brain starts to spin, and you get this, even for me, I get kind of peer pressure of my own, like thinking about all the Pinterest layouts I've seen, and, you know, I've got to make this just right, and so people are going to be impressed. And then I think, it doesn't really matter if people are impressed. What's the point? I'm enjoying the memories, I'm recording the memories, and I start to remember and talk to myself and say why I'm doing this. So anyways, just some tips. Maybe that will help you overcome scrapper's block. Maybe when you sit down and realize what's really happening in your brain and why you're wanting to quit, you can talk to yourself and continue to scrapbook, and you'll be glad you've preserved your memories. All right, thanks a lot.